Have you ever caught yourself scrolling through social media, seeing someone's perfect vacation, perfect body, perfect career, and then, almost instantly, felt worse about your own life? You're not alone. In fact, that quiet, creeping voice, "Why not me?" is one of the most toxic forces in our modern world. It doesn't just drain your peace. It robs you of focus, self-worth, and even your ability to act. But what if that voice isn't actually yours? What if it's just a product of our overstimulated, comparison-driven culture? And what if, centuries before Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn, Buddhist philosophy already knew exactly how to silence it? Let's dive into the ancient Eastern cure for a very modern poison. In today's hyper-connected world, you're exposed to more lives in 5 minutes of scrolling than a 13th century person saw in a lifetime. The result? We compare constantly. We see someone's highlight reel and measure it against our raw, unfiltered daily life. And it hurts. There's a subtle kind of pain that builds up. You don't explode. You don't collapse. You just quietly feel less attractive, less successful, less fulfilled. This slow drip poison leads to anxiety, procrastination, even depression. And no productivity app can fix that. Because this isn't about scheduling. It's about identity. So how do we reclaim our inner ground? Buddhism starts with a radical idea. Suffering comes not from what's out there, but from how we cling to what we think should be. That includes clinging to the image of a better life someone else seems to have. The Buddha taught, comparison is the thief of joy because it is rooted in illusion. You see someone else's success, and you immediately turn inward, asking, why am I not there yet? But the truth is, you don't even know what you're comparing yourself to. That glowing entrepreneur you admire? Maybe she's battling burnout and loneliness. That ultra-fit guy? Maybe he struggles daily with self-worth, obsessed with maintaining an image he's terrified to lose. Buddhism reminds us, all things are impermanent, including status, beauty, and success. So why cling? Instead of envying someone else's path, Eastern wisdom invites us to come home to our own presence. A powerful Buddhist concept called mindful awareness offers an antidote. The next time that wave of comparison hits, don't fight it. Just pause. Notice the thought. Why not me? Label it. Breathe. Let it pass. You don't have to believe every thought your mind throws at you. When you sit with your experience instead of reacting to it, something shifts. Suddenly, you're no longer inside the storm, you're watching it pass. This doesn't mean you stop striving. It means you stop suffering over someone else's definition of success. Freedom begins when we release the stories that don't serve us. Here's a question that might stop you in your tracks. What if the life you're comparing yourself to doesn't even exist? Not really. Not in the way you imagine it. Not in the way it looks online. What if your peace was never missing? It was just buried under layers of illusion. This isn't about thinking positive. It's about seeing clearly. And clarity? That's the real power. Ancient Eastern teachings never promised us a perfect life. They promised freedom from illusions about what life should look like. That's a different kind of success. It's quiet, it's rooted, and it lasts. You start focusing on what you can do, on how you show up for your journey, not someone else's highlight reel. That's where productivity meets purpose. And in that space, real transformation begins. So if comparison has been poisoning your peace, take this as your invitation. Stop scrolling. Start seeing. Your path is not behind. It's not ahead. It's right under your feet. If this message resonates, give yourself one small gift. Pause. Breathe. Come back to presence. And if you're ready to walk this journey with ancient wisdom as your guide, like, share, and subscribe to Effortless Focus. Because this channel isn't about hacks. It's about timeless truths for a noisy world.